You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 22nd of February. Jaishankar says India is a bridging power, urges multilateral reform at Raisina Dialogue. Pakistan in for a roller coaster ride after parties strike deal. And Nepali political party calls for reinstatement of Hindu state. And now for all the details. India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar on Thursday called India a bridging power and said World Today sees the country as relatively unbiased. Speaking at a panel discussion at the Raisina Dialogue, Jaishankar underscored the importance of preventing the exploitation of global rules for individual gains, using India as an example of a nation that aligns its values for the greater good. He emphasized India's role in promoting the concept of Vishwamitra, the universal friend. Speaking on the UN, he said the biggest opposer is not a Western country. His remarks come as 4 out of 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council have supported India's candidature for a permanent seat in the top world body. However, China continues to keep its cards close to its chest. Moreover, Beijing has over the years blocked New Delhi's proposal to designate Pakistan-based terrorists on several occasions. Farmer unions in India, which are demanding guaranteed support price for their crops, said they are still open to talks to find a peaceful solution after taking stock of protesters injured during clashes with police on Wednesday. The protesters had clashed with police personnel at Shambhu and Kanori borders in New Delhi's neighbouring Punjab and Haryana states, in which the farm unions have claimed that one protester was killed while several others were injured. However, Haryana police has denied the allegation and has accused the protesters of attacking security personnel by using sticks and maces along with stone pelting, claiming about 12 policemen were seriously injured. Farmers form an influential bloc of voters, which government cannot afford to anger ahead of general elections. The government has invited farmers for a 5th round of talks, urging them to find a solution through dialogue. The Pakistan People's Party on Thursday informed that the deal with former Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's PLM-N party will be based on conditional support from one of them. Such a power-sharing arrangement could make life difficult for the government, which needs to take tough decisions to steer the country out of a financial crisis. Facing a strong opposition bloc led by supporters of jailed former Premier Imran Khan. The most challenging task is to agree on critical fiscal tightening conditions under a new IMF program. PMLN 79 and the PBP's 54 seats together make a simple majority in parliament to form a government, which, however, will also rope in small parties in the coalition. Candidates backed by Imran Khan won 93 seats, but do not have the numbers to form a government. He and his party have rejected the results of the elections, alleging widespread rigging.
The political space has shrunk. The two parties need to deliver if they want to stay in power and if they want to survive as parties. They no longer represent an alternative to one another, and the army no longer represents an alternative to either of them or both of them. So the success is an imperative. Now, a lot of things can happen, of course, but this is the main factor that may push them into more efficiency.
Moving on. Kashmiri activist Amjad Ayub Mirza has called on a day of resistance against Pakistan over subjugation of rights and atrocities in PoK and Gilgit-Baltistan. A report.
Renowned Kashmiri activist Amjad Ayub Mirza has expressed concern over lack of political representation, demographic changes, exploitation of natural resources and persecution faced by people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. He has announced a series of protests on 5th of March to mark Day of Resistance to condemn Islamabad's oppressive policies and express discontent over unfair taxes and cut in subsidies.
इस तरह नहीं है कि सिर्फ उन लोगों को इलेक्शंस में हिस्सा लेने दिया जाता है जो एक फॉर्म होता है उस पे साइन करके ओथ लेते हैं कि वो पाकिस्तान की जो के साथ एक्सेशन की हमायत करते हैं वो मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना के जो टू नेशन थ्योरी है उसको इंडोर्स करते हैं। पहले तो चीज इन्होंने ये की है कि हमारी जो डेमोग्राफी है उसको चेंज करने की कोशिश की है और गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में खैबर पख्तूनख्वा से पठानों को लाए हैं और पंजाब से पंजाबियों को लाए हैं और वहाँ पे उनको सेटल किया है, वहाँ पे उनको बिजनेसेस खोलने की इजाजत दी है।
The activist asserted that the people of PoK and Gilgit-Baltistan have no hope from the UN. He said he instead hopes people in India will raise their voice.
एक तो ये है कि भारतीय जनता जो है वो मैं समझता हूँ कि उससे मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ कि अब वो अपनी आवाज उठाए हमारे लिए पूरे भारतवर्ष में। और दूसरा मैं समझता हूँ कि मोदी सरकार, हमारी दुआएं हैं उनके लिए कि वो अगला इलेक्शन भी जीते। तो कहते हैं कि लोग कह कि मोदी है तो मुमकिन है, तो हम देखना चाहते हैं कि अगर मोदी है तो क्या POJK और गिलगित बल्तिस्तान का भारत में वापस आना मुमकिन है।
Nepal's opposition Rastriya Prajatantra party has submitted a 40-point charter of demands to Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal as it announced its campaign to reinstate Nepal as a Hindu kingdom on Wednesday. Along with restoration of the monarchy, the Hindu Nationalist Party has also asked for abolition of the federal system, local media reported. The Rastriya Prajatantra Party will continue with peaceful demonstrations, but if the government remains indifferent, it will opt for a strong revolution. Party chairman Rajendra Lingden was quoted as saying by the Kathmandu Post. Reports have suggested in past few months there has been a rise in calls for the restoration of Hindu state, which was abolished after 2007 as the 1990 version of constitution became defunct. In a historic event, the revered relics of Lord Buddha and his two disciples have embarked on a sacred journey to Thailand from India. Monks received the relics from the National Museum in New Delhi on Wednesday. Lord Buddha's relics will be displayed in Thailand as part of a 26-day exposition starting Thursday.
One of the things which has been the important bond between India and Thailand is Buddhism. And way back in 2000, I would say 2000 years back, Gautam Buddha had sent his Gautam Buddha's Dhamma was being preached by Ashok, the Samrat of the Mauryan Empire, and Ashok had sent two of his emissaries to Thailand.
This is the first time that the holy relics of Lord Buddha and his disciples will be showcased together. The event will provide devotees and enthusiasts with a chance to pay respects to the artifacts. These relics hold immense significance for Buddhists worldwide. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.